Well, Libra's energy. So let's go ahead and Libra, this must be important. So I'm going to go ahead and just start telling you what I saw in the meditation. So Libra, first of all, what is that called when it has the beep? Is it Morse code? Like beep, 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 whatever. Anyways, I heard Morse code, and then I heard, oh goodness, what was the song? Well, I have a song by, not Shinedown, Lighthouse, where it goes, I'm falling apart, I'm barely breathing. I have that song in my head. It's a very large mixture of energies, though, Libra, but I feel like, oh, the number 88 is very important. I also felt like that it was kind of like a countdown. And then I have the song Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park in my head. So I feel like that for Libra, for you, at least, there's a lot of different things going on. Some of you are waiting for things to happen. Some of you are waiting for things to end. However, you've been waiting for sometimes it's kind of like tapping your finger, waiting just like it would be for like Morse code. You tap to, get your message across. Anyways, moving forward. So let's go ahead and pull some cards, though. I wish I could get the rest of the message because I sat there. I was going to do Virgo, and then I sat there and I got the meditation and I heard Libra. So I was like, well, okay. Well, we are about to have a Libra full moon, and you will notice that if you are new here, I do apply a little bit of astrology, but I basically am more of an energy reader. So, I read energies. I read planetary energies, and I read psychological, inner child, past life energies, predictive energies. I read energy, and everything is energy, okay? So when it comes to what's going on for you, whenever there's a full moon, whether it's in your sign or it's in your element is air. Whenever there's a full moon or a new moon, you might be rocked. I have Here I Am Rocking Like a Hurricane. And then I have the song, it's from I Prevail, and it's called Hurricane. It goes, it hit me like a hurricane. It hit me like a hurricane. It hit me like a tidal wave. So I do feel like that something is going to happen during the month of April that is going to make you feel, well, like you're hit like a hurricane. I don't feel like it's a low vibrational thing or anything to be afraid of. I tend not to channel that kind of stuff. I like to give a heads up for the bullshit, though. So let's go ahead and see what else is coming out, though, for Libra for the month of April. Thank y'all so much for the likes. That was awful quick. I appreciate it. It helps, and it's nice to know that maybe this resonates a little bit so far. But for the month of April, for Libra, I'm not taking those because how they came out. You got to come out differently. Some of you have been biding your time for either a message that resonates or an outcome, something that you have accidentally manifested, whether it's intentional or unintentional. I do feel like that has to deal with a male. So, I mean, you could be a female or a masculine Libra. However, when it comes to this situation, you have manifested something occurring with the male outside of you. So for some of you, it's like every single tap, like, you know how in Morse code you have to tap several times, like the 3 dots in a line is an I or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time to get the message across. So I feel like that for some of you over time, you have put energy into this over time. For some of you, it's been like 5 years or something like that. But you put energy into this over time. And as you have done that, well, you have a result. That's for sure. Anyways, pardon me. We have work, beaver. Then we have ancestors, polar bear. Now I have the song Click, Click, Boom by... I almost said sativa, but it's saliva. Maybe some of y'all enjoy marijuana. Anyways, stability, sea turtle. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on work. So, where y'all been traveling to in your dreams? Whenever I get this card, I feel like that it's like when you're sleeping, you're also, sometimes when you're sleeping, your soul likes to go do some work for you. So for some of you, my left ear just rang. Some of y'all, pay attention to what you're doing in your dreams. If you've been meeting up with people, if you've been venturing out in your dream state, and you wake up and you can remember any part of that dream is actually manifesting into your physical reality. So you're like, yeah, I'm aware of it. And it's like, well, are you aware of all your dreams? For some of you, it's like a dream, like a sequence of dreams that you've had continuously. It's kind of like a part 1, a part 2, a part 3 that's been going on for like 6 months, 7 months, something like that, and it's all building up to this. So that makes perfect sense. So some of you, that's why I was like accidentally, well, I feel like I'm talking to Libras that know that their thought process, what you think is what you get, but what you receive, what you believe is what you perceive, right, Libra? And I do feel like that for you. Some of y'all have been venturing the fuck out. You've been venturing out. You've been doing your own thing. Some of y'all, you sit here and it's like, do you see how his rear end is like resting, right? His body's resting, but his head is in the clouds. For some of you, it's like you're sitting here and this is an air sign trait. You know how you could sit there and you can think like 5 thoughts at once? Maybe it's ADD, maybe it's ADHD, maybe it's Libra. Anyways, or air sign. Just saying. But you know how you can have like 5 thoughts at the same time? You could be thinking about what to eat today. Wow, what you want to do tonight. Wow, what is this person thinking? What should I do for work? You know, when you sit there and you multitask that bad in your head. You know, I feel like that's what you've been doing, Libra. But it's kind of like you don't... From the clouds, anyways... Let's go ahead and look further into work. I don't feel like this has to do with career. I feel like this has to deal with like spiritual work or energy work that you may not be intentionally doing, but you're still doing. Energy flows where focus goes or whatever. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get further into the beaver. That is so funny. It's true though, because they were showing me like 5 sentences at the same time in my head, and I was like, oh yeah, like thinking of multiple things at the same time. That's typical for me. Maybe it's not normal. Whatever. What's normal nowadays? Anyways, literally like, whatever. Anyways, I'm not going to go on a tangent. I had to stop myself. Work for April for Libra. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. I told you. Some of you be accidentally manifesting. Anyways, well, there's going to be a shake up, stir up. The World card in reverse could be someone from the past. Doesn't have to be romance, mind you. We're going to go ahead and look further into it. Libra, don't get mad at me because I speak the truth. I'm just saying. Anyways, the World in reverse. With 8 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a situation... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That is so interesting. The rest of my deck is upright, but I flip it over and my Knight of Swords is in reverse. Ooh. Anyways, so for some of y'all, you've been putting attention on an individual that obviously you don't necessarily mean to. When I get the Knight of Swords, it means many things, but sometimes to me, and what I'm getting off of it right now, when I get the Knight of Swords in reverse, it reminds me of like, not being direct. Like you may be talking, ooh, Libra. Watch what you talk about. If you keep talking about the same individual and you've been doing it over time and you've been sitting here and like, let's say you meet up with a friend and you vent about someone or you talk about someone and it's just like 10 minutes worth of talking or venting, but you've been doing it almost every month for months straight. That Morse code, getting that message across, well, you did get that message across. It may not have been you directly thinking about this person, like trying to bring them back in. I feel like it's someone from the past that you don't really, you have moved on from, that you have disconnected from, and you found emotional fulfillment elsewhere. I feel like that this person, whenever I get the King of Wands, the Emperor reminds me of like a watcher energy. So anyways, I do feel like that there's going to be a shift in the atmosphere. It doesn't mean that it has to be the Libra full moon. It could very well be anytime within the month of April. So, because keep in mind, it would be a shakeup for you. Libra is the opposite of Aries. So we're in the opposite season for you. So Keep in mind, I read for any placement though. But I feel like that this is kind of like a heads up that because you've been thinking about this person and you've been thinking about this, you are manifesting it. Let's go ahead. It's already manifested. It's already happening. But it's something you chose to walk away from. I'm being told to remind you of that. This is nothing of someone leaving you or whatever. I do feel like that when it comes to the situation, it could very well, if you're a masculine Libra, it could be you who's sitting here and having a change of heart when it comes to an individual that you left in the past. It could be you having a change of heart. Some of you, I'm hearing kickstart my heart. For some of you, it could be that you like, oh my gosh, I just read something about this. Like I channeled this for a client the other day who's dealing with an air sign. So us air signs, we like to shut ourselves off emotionally, right? Like if we are going through stuff, if we're stressed out, if we got a lot on our plate, we like to shut off our emotions and we like to leave it be. I can't sing it, but I have the song, Just Let It Go, Just Let It Be, Why Don't You Be You and I'll Be Me. I have that song in my head. Could be a sign for one of you. Anyways, but when it comes to this connection, masculine Libras, I feel like it's something that you chose to leave behind and you want to return to. So the opportunity is being presented to you during the month of April. How is that? Oh, because I put it down in reverse. Anyways, I got to make sure... Well, I already did make sure that I put them all the way upright. Let's go ahead and move towards Ancestor Polar Bear. What's going on there? Thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. I genuinely appreciate it. But for Libra, for the month of April, as far as when it comes to Polar Bear ancestors, what's going on there? I can't get that Hit Me Like a Hurricane song out of my head. By I Prevail. Sorry, it keeps playing in my head. I wasn't trying to, I just realized that I'm live and I'm being super quiet, but it's because that song by I Prevail keeps playing in my head. Over and over again. I'm trying to get it out of my head. Okay, so for Libra, for the month of April, for Polar Bear. Nope, you got to come out. Thank you. Four of Cups, Fool card, Five of Wands, and then Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Some of y'all could be connecting with a Leo or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces. But let me tell you, even a Virgo, I feel a little bit of Virgo energy, or maybe you are a Leo, Virgo, Cusper, or a Virgo, Libra, Cusper, or whatever, or you could be dealing with someone like that. Anyways, I feel like that when it comes to ancestors, sorry, I'm hearing looked up to. So whenever I get the ancestors card, it can mean non-physical ancestors, but it can also be that you're going to be an ancestor one day. Right, Libra? You're going to be an ancestor one day. You're already an ancestor. You're already an ancestor, but I'm talking about like when you're no longer in the physical world and so on and so forth. You will be an ancestor. See what I'm saying? And so you will have roles as an ancestor. And so I feel like that there are some things that are being avoided. For some of you, you're being applauded for keeping your positive mindset and for keeping yourself in this beautiful, healthy flow. Like you're being applauded, like praised for that. That's great by your ancestors, but your ancestors are trying to say and try to explain to you that there's some things that you are avoiding when it comes to things within you. I feel like that they could be referring to shadow work because the Queen of Wands is you. The Queen of Wands is you. This is all about you. This is you working on you. For some of you, there's things that keep rising up in your environment because, again, this is all about like where you're focusing. But during the month of April, I feel like that you're being called to participate in shadow work. I feel like, yeah, do you see? I hear no one gets left behind. And I feel like that for you, Libra, if this isn't you, this is someone around you that may want help when it comes to shadow work. Keep that in mind. Don't get it twisted, Libra. If you're sitting here and you check in on yourself, you self-reflect, reflect a couple times a week. You check in on your emotions, or a couple times a day, and you sit there and you check on your emotions and you check on like where you should be at in life. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Don't mistake false positivity for healed. I don't know why I had to say that, and it was kind of hard to say. Don't mistake false positivity for healed. Like, if you haven't truly, fully processed and healed from a past situation, when I feel like that, if you resonate with this, you most likely haven't. Even if it has to deal with family members too. It will come up in your, like, let's say, I'm giving you an example. I'm not reading you. Let's say your mother was super, like, aggressive verbally. Let's say that she wasn't always kind and her anger got to her, right? So she would sit there every now and then and she would, you know, yell or raise her voice or cuss or maybe call you names. And I'm sorry if you went through that. I am. Okay. And let's say that happened, right? And then you sat there, and as a child, you grew to sit there and shut yourself down emotionally. You would shut down your emotions, because this is what's happened here. Especially if you're a masculine Libra, you shut down your emotions, you shut your heart, okay? And I feel like that, let's say that happened as you grew older, you kept attracting women, or you were attractive or attracted and attracting women that spoke harshly. Just give you an example, women that spoke harshly, or if you're into men, men that spoke harshly to you. Like your partner would sit there and speak harshly to you or raise your voice. It's only passionate if they raise their voice. It's only passionate if they fight for me and stuff like that. Well, you are attracting that out of other people around you, whether it's friend or lover. So your guides are trying to explain to you, break that cycle, because your parents did it too. And we did it too. And they did it too. And they did it too. And they did it too. Break that cycle. Just let it go. Just let it be. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? This is pushing for you to really focus on that. I'm hearing simply the best, better than all the rest. As in, especially for those of you that have been, Queen of Pentacles trying to pop out earlier. It could be something with your mother. It could be your mother wound. It doesn't always have to be super aggressive. Let's say for some of you, you would dim your light and dim yourself down. Okay, I'm just giving the second example because I'm being guided too, and we're going to move forward. Let's say that you had a mother who didn't receive a lot of attention. She was very humble. She kept a lot to herself, and you know, she might even be a little bit lonely. And let's say that you sat there and you kind of like dimmed yourself down or held yourself back a little bit in life for her to be comfortable. And it's actually you doing it from a very loving space, right? You're doing it because, well, you feel bad and you don't want to let her be, you don't want her to feel left behind and all that, right? And that's beautiful. I admire that. But don't you think that your mother would be super happy and excited for you to shine your light? It's not like you're leaving her behind if you're shining your light. You're not leaving her behind. If your intention is to also, by shining your light, lift her up, bring her excitement, bring her joy, or also wish for her, because well wishes for others do work, you know. Let's say you were to wish for her to be happier, wish for her to experience more fulfillment, wish for her to just be happier, to feel wanted, desired, and to have attention outside of you, because it's not your role to do that as a child. Give her some of that, right? But she needs to find a way to do that elsewhere. I'm not being mean, y'all. I coach. Anyways, I'll move forward, though, because we're almost at 20 minutes. But I feel like that your ancestors are trying to explain that to you. Because the only way to break a cycle, instead of passing that cycle down, because I feel like that, and Libras love to make people happy. They want people to be their friend. And that's beautiful, right? But what is it really doing in the big picture in the long run if you are dimming yourself, or if you are continuing the same toxic cycle that your parents had? That's the truest love you can give to your family and to your bloodlines, is to work on yourself, is to break cycles, is to sit there and set a better example so that the children after you and the people after you will be able to feel more freedom. So don't just think of those that are, you know, physically alive right now. Look at the ones that have yet to be born. For some of you, I'm hearing like, when you're a parent, when you're a grandparent, when you're a parent, when you're a grandparent, right? Excuse me, sea turtle stability. So do you want your children or your children's children to go through some of the stuff that you went through, including simple mindsets and whatnot? Because do you see what I mean? I'm not like preaching at you. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. You know what I mean? So anyways, but I'll move past it. Let's go ahead and get to stability, sea turtle. And it's always with love whenever I give guidance, because I very much, a lot of my journey, especially my shadow work, it's been self-taught, or it's just me and my guides, me meditating deeply and my guides showing me the way. And I like to share that with others so that they know how to do their own shadow work. Because it's not as complicated as people make it out to be anyways. So, stability, sea turtle. I'm not taking that. That was weird as fuck. It was the Four of Pentacles, though. And I keep getting this lyric from that Hurricane song, and it's when this man goes, tell me that I'm not good enough, or something like that. You're always good enough. Oh, Jesus. You're always good enough, Libra. I'm laughing because of the cards that came out. We have the Empress, we have the Five of Cups, and then we have the Devil. That's a highly empowered and strong and confident individual that sits there and allows, you would be, I'm going to just say one more statement about the shadow work. You would be so surprised how quickly your life turns around when you do the work. How quickly, sometimes it could be instantly, to the point that when you see it manifest in your reality, how you're treated, because you healed that part of you and heal that part of your bloodlines, how it feels. It will be ground shaking, earth breaking, earthquaking, how it feels when you see it instantly. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now, Libra. I had the most difficult relationship with my parents until I was like 30 years old. And then when I chose to do the work, which I started when I was 29, but when I chose to do the work, I have the best relationship in the world with my whole damn family. And with everyone in my life, we're pretty kosher. I rarely ever have drama in my life. The most drama I have is me against me, to be honest with you. But that is because of the work that I have done on myself. Do you see what I'm saying? And guess what? My parents are happier. It wasn't just affecting me. I see some of my siblings happier. I see better relationships within my family. I feel closer to my grandparents. My grandmother feels closer to me. We have such a great friendship. I have a great friendship with my mother. But you see how it's a ripple effect. True love for your family and those around you is you doing the work on you. And it includes not sweeping stuff under the, I don't know why they're showing, sweeping stuff under the rug, slapping a Band-Aid on a gaping fucking wound. It won't do anything. I'm hearing trying to shift yourself out of the, well, I don't want to think negatively because I don't want to manifest more of it. Well, that fear of you manifesting more of it, check out the Libra reading, the Leo reading. Your fear of manifesting more of it and then not healing it is making it, it's like cutting the head off a 10-headed snake. You get 20 more, you get 2 more heads for every head you cut off. Do you see what I'm saying? But if you cut out the root, you kill the actual body of the snake, it kills all 20 heads, right? Do you see what I'm saying? I've given this analogy before. When you get to the root of an issue and you rip out that root, it can't grow back in a different way. Libra, you did need this, didn't you? Because you interrupted Virgo. I sat there and went live and anything. I'm like, oh, not for Virgo. And they were like, you need to do Libra, please. And I'm like, okay, I do what I'm told. Anyways, what else, though? King of Swords. This is for stability. Ooh, my nose is just part of me. Leo energy keeps in the Emperor. So we have the biggest Five of Pentacles, the Star card. So I'm going to read this 2 ways. If you are a feminine Libra, I'm saying this because of this, by the way. So I'm not like, I'm just saying, and I'm being told to read this 2 ways. So you take what resonates, you use your intuition, and you know which part you're in, okay? Anyways, Capricorn, I'm just saying this to help you with tarot readings. Check out the post on my community tab. Because Moving forward. Anyways, I need to get the message out of my mouth before I keep like talking over myself. It's weird. The Empress, Taurus, Libra, the Devil, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, and Leo. So we also have Aquarius towards the bottom of the deck with the Five of Pentacles, then Star, Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups. So Libra, what's going on here? Feminine energies. Okay. The best thing to do is that if someone hurt you or did something to you in the past and you are still holding on to it, you are continuing to recreate it. Let's say it was with a romantic partner. You are recreating it in friendships. You're recreating it elsewhere. So the guidance is for you to step out into your masculine energy, say what you need to say, and move how you're going to move. Okay? Also, when it comes to the masculine, if you're in a relationship, feminine Libras, don't be surprised if the emotional and physical intimacy grows because you do the work. Also, because it's bringing more stability into your energy. So as your energy is stable, the more that your energy is stable, the more you're able to receive. Because like, think of a river and you're trying to put... Man, y'all got a really biblical guide or something. They're talking about baskets with babies in it. I ain't talking about no Moses right now. Anyways, not right now. Anyways, nothing wrong with that, but not right now. Let's say you're trying to get something across the river, right? And it's a, it's a basket. And you're trying to get that basket across the river. Well, if the river isn't stable and consistent, and it's choppy, and it's like rapids and shit, is that box from the universe, that's trying to get to you, is it gonna get to you if you keep having rapids pop up randomly? And for some of you, the rapids is the past recreating itself in different forms, which we've already gone over, okay? So how can the box get to you? What's in the box? How can the box get to you if your energy is like this? If your energy is smooth and consistent, which is quite easy to do, quite easy to manage, to be honest with you, when you do the work and whatnot, stuff flows in easier all day long. So that's why it's like, if you've been wanting more intimacy, for some of you, it's more time with your current partner and whatnot. It's not necessarily the intimacy, it's valuable time. You will get that time. Okay, you will get that time. Anyways, I also feel like that as far as when... Why is this like mainly like a coaching reading? Whatever. Every reading is different per sign. If this doesn't resonate, check out your other placements. If you don't want to listen to this, that's fine. You do you, obviously. Anyways, why don't you be you and I'll be me? Anyways, I feel like that if you are, there's many messages I'm getting off these cards right now, and I don't understand why. Anyways, if you are a masculine Libra, let's move forward. If you are a masculine Libra, though, there's a feminine that you felt like that you disappointed a long time ago. This person doesn't necessarily feel negative towards you anymore. This person just I'm going to show you what came out. This person doesn't necessarily feel negative towards you. Man-made wizard cards need to be in the trash. Synergy, whoever you are, why are you watching me then? Because that's just dumb. Man-made wizard cards. That is a brand new term for tarot, though. And obviously, they're pretty cool if they're wizard cards. Anyways, moving forward. So, when it comes to the masculine energy, whoever was the feminine that you disappointed doesn't necessarily have a bad taste in their mouth anymore. Doesn't necessarily have a negative energy towards you anymore. That's the thing. This person has since moved on, but it's not like they're going to sit there and vocalize and express and tell you, hey, I'm okay. I've moved on. I'm fine. Right? They're not going to vocalize that to you. You want to know why? Because they're sitting here and they're thriving as that Empress. So I feel like that for you, masculine energies, I feel like that you're being called to speak on how you feel. Speak on how you feel. Communicate what you need to say. Because I don't feel like the feminine is going to reach out to you, to be honest with you. She's too busy taking care of her. Please check out the Leo reading. Let's go ahead and move towards guidance. Guidance for Libra. Thank y'all for being here. I can't believe, I don't think I've ever had a troll on YouTube. And Anyways, I'm not going to give that shit for attention. But anyways, it was funny. I thought it was funny. Wizard cards. Wizard cards. Anyways. Fucking wizard cards. That literally made my day. And I'm not even saying that to like just brush it off. I'm saying because I might call them fucking wizard cards. No. Fear. I realize I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I feel like y'all know what that's about. This reading resonated. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Okay. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That has to deal with the shadow work. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. If you are a masculine Libra, this is very important because it just came in. It was like literally, I went like this because my guides were like, one moment, stay. Anyways, if you're a masculine Libra and you had a very poor example of a father figure in your life, I'm sorry to hear that. Genuinely. Be your own father figure. Okay? Sit there, and if you have children, think of your children and think of how would you be as a father? How did you wish your father could be? I mean, don't overcompensate and stress yourself the fuck out, obviously. Don't do that. But how would you be if you had children? How would you, if your child was going through whatever you're going through and it's stressing you out, how would you parent yourself? That is the best way, especially if you had a really shitty father figure or a very absent father figure, to move past that energy. Especially if you are like the same, like let's say you had a bad mother figure who wasn't there for you a whole lot, right, Libra? The best way to move past that energy is to be your own mother, to parent yourself so that you can clear out your foundation and rebuild it. Anyways, a lot of coaching and it's over 30 minutes. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I have the ability to break generational cycles. I have the ability to really allow myself to heal and move forward with my life and not allow my past to taint my future. I am allowed to move forward with gifts, like I said, how you feel and how you, like what you are creating and paying attention to in your reality, even if it's just in your awareness. That's the thing. Like, let's say it's not something, like, let's say you did have a rough childhood, but you don't obsess over it. You don't think about it. You don't really give it a whole lot of attention all the time, right? But you think about it every now and then, which makes it consistent in your energy. I say reframe your story. There's a reframing technique, and it's like, okay, so a good way to say it is what happened at the time when it happened. My parents weren't around a lot because my parents were never around me. I felt alone. I felt abandoned. That's how you felt, right? That little is still in your, let's say, it's still in your energy, right? So reframe it and say, what was the truth of it though? The truth is that my parents worked very hard for me. My parents worked multiple jobs and kept me safe and provided for me to have food on the table, to dress me, to take me to a nice school, to afford their bills. My parents busted their ass. So no, they didn't sit there and abandon me. They didn't sit there and forget about me. They don't not love me. My parents love me so much that they went nights without sleep. They busted their ass. Do you see how I reframed that? That's just an example. My mother, I feel like this is very much parent related. My mother went through this, and this. Do you see what I'm saying? Rearrange. Sorry, a notification from someone. Anyways, rearrange and reframe the thought. And you'd be surprised how quick, I mean, the tension between, anyways. Again, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. And Libra, I hope this helped. Again, I'm not just a psychic reader or highly empathic psychic medium. I'm also a shaman and teacher and energy reader. So I do my readings a little bit differently. And I felt like this was mainly like a coaching session, but someone needed to hear it. So I hope it helps. Thank you.